I'm standing in front of the Harper House, 5,500 square feet. It's enormous and beautiful. As you pan the neighborhood, you can see in comparison the houses are a little smaller, 150,000 in value compared to the Harper home, which is currently valued at about $350,000. The original Harper home was 1,400 square feet and 1 bathroom. I'm going inside now to meet with the Harper family to find out the truth and how their life has changed since the extreme makeover. Well, Milton and Patricia, you've had quite a rocky road in the last few months. What was your mortgage before the makeover?
$1,000 a month.
What about after the makeover?
The same.
It hadn't gone up at all. Let's try to set the record straight.
Right.
Some of the media reporting has said you were given 25 years worth of taxes. Let's start there.
We had no cash.
You were told that your taxes weren't going to raise, and they raised to what?
About $5,000.
For the year?
Mm-hmm.
There were reports that there was a $450,000 loan or several loans.
Yes.
Okay. So we had $450,000 in loans. Now, what has happened to the mortgage since then?
$3,000.
So now we're at $3,000. Taxes the same.
Taxes, everything is.
What's the cost to maintain the house right now?
About what, $6,000, $7,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. It was also been reported that you were supposed to have an auction. You're being foreclosed.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the media says you're millionaires. Are you? Were you ever?
Never.
Never.
Never was a millionaire.
I think you told me earlier was what, house rich, cash poor?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What were your mistakes?
My mistakes were not having the right people in my corner.
Do you need a plan?
We definitely here for help. I mean, trying to move forward and put everything else behind.
Okay, now, so how did you get in this pickle in your view? You did take out loans against the house, is that right?
We refinanced.
You refinanced the house?
Yes.
And to the tune of $450,000?
Yeah, different times.
Yeah, it was not all at one time. 125, 175, and 150. And what were they for?
Well, basically, they was for businesses. You know, I have sons, so I was trying to build something for my family, for my sons. And it just didn't work out.
I think one of the things that a lot of people don't know, and Laurel, you can help explain this, but when you have a home, it is a homestead, and creditors can't come after it other than the mortgage lender. But if you take a second on that home, then all of a sudden you waive the homestead exemption, and that house is in play. You can go borrow $10,000, secure it with your house, default on the loan, they can take the house.
Correct.
And most people don't know that when they get these second mortgages, that all of a sudden it takes their house from protected to unprotected, and it's in play, correct?
You are correct. And they did it 3 different times, one for the 125, one for 150, and one for 175. And I think the biggest thing in the interview was that Milton already had a business that was working, and again, we're still looking for the exact financials in the home, and we've got to get that. As we were talking, they've shredded a lot of their information, so we need that true information before we can really uncover the refinancing in that amount and where they really are, and then really go back to those loan values. And I think the big question, Dr. Phil, is do they want to stay in this house or not? There was a lot of conversation in my visit whether they even want to stay in the house. Patricia said, I'd rather downsize, just move on, wish this never happened. And Milton, it sounds like you want to stay, and you've got a large family.
Yeah,
so that's a big decision yet.
What do you want people to know?
Well, I want people to know that, we didn't go out here and squander no money. We didn't do the Range Rovers and all this other stuff that people was told. We just was a basic family, very humble, very happy. We just didn't take the right steps.
So you didn't blow money and go crazy and buy luxuries and things like that?
I mean, when you come to my home, you don't see no cars, you don't see us with no big jewelry on. I mean, a lot of money we lived off of. Like I said, it takes a lot to maintain that home.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.